bulk of revenues will be paid by the workers and the consumers. They are looking at 342 billion in income tax and 329 billion in GCP, 97 billion in special consumption taxes. So the bulk of taxes will be paid by the consumers and workers.
I heard Kane and Faulkner saying the very same thing last time, that the government, that he would expect that the government will be using a stimulus package instead of taking money from the workers, and the money would be better spent by the people of Jamaica than by the government.
Makes sense.
Every sense of the economists know that. So, support don't know anything about economics.
So, when named Damian King?
Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know what they call it.
But where else in the world, really, coming out of a major catastrophe, government will implement new taxes?
It happens nowhere in the world. Where else in the world? And that's why it is madness. Every sense of the economists who know about economics, but that's madness. That never happens. You can't tax in a recession, you can't tax after depression, you can't tax after a natural disaster.
Common sense, bro.
All they're doing is holding back the economy and holding back the people. You need to stimulate. And that is why I'm saying they don't know what they're doing because they...
Listen, Ryan, how you doing, my brother? Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you something. I am beyond thinking that these people don't know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. My question is, who are they doing it for? Obviously not the people of Jamaica. Quite evidently not us. They don't care about us. They don't really care about us. You hear what I said? Believe that.
They went out and mobilized the 6.7 billion in financing. Everybody was looking forward to saying that they have mobilized this financing because they want to give the economy a stimulus.
Right.
All of a sudden we hear about new taxes. Yeah? So it defeats the effort because the people believe that they were going to provide assistance to all who need assistance because everybody.
Oh gosh, man, my blessed, loving sister Lassom in the building. What's going on, mama? Good night to you, madam. How are you? How is the family? Big up yourself, Lassom. Ryan, hey guys, remember on Bolo 2.0, we are now able to receive super chats, all right? So, hey, I welcome you guys to go crazy in the super chat. For Bolo VNR clips, we're not there yet, but please, you see the like button, look at thumbs up button up there, so. Yeah, man, same thing for you, more want to mash up the thumbs up button here. Yeah, man, bless up the family, man. Mash up the thumbs up button, guys, and share up the live. TikTok, I don't know exactly what to do. Big up on yourself. We are talking about the Judas of the Caribbean tonight. The Judases of the Caribbean. Well, it's really, the book stops with Andrew and this, yes? But we are leaning to it with the economic side of it because, mighty God, the taxes, ladies and gentlemen, the uncertainties surrounding the taxes. If you're not in Jamaica, or if you're in Jamaica, you get to fly out. Big up on yourself. As for us that are here and don't, and you know, it is what it is, whether you're unable to, can't afford it, don't have no visa, don't want left, I try to stick it out, we in a trouble. We in a trouble from all different angles right now. No look a joke about it. Alright, let's continue.
That's why they look to external sources to backstop the situation, and now they come and say they're going to tax it.
Somebody in the chat room say I can give you 5 examples. 5 examples of what? Countries that have implemented tax coming out of a catastrophe.
Lie them a tell.
If it's not, if that's what you're saying, please tell us the name of these countries.
Please tell me here when that
happens. Coming out of a catastrophe.
Yeah, man.
That has implemented tax when you are expecting to grow the economy.
Yes.
Ralston, if they are saying that GDP is going to decline by 4.5% this year, that you're talking 2026-27 financial year?
Yeah, man, this fiscal year that we are completing now, and then they say next year it will be 0.5%. But those numbers are...
Oh, the one that we are completing now, so that's 25-26.
Yeah, man, 4.5%, and 26-27 they expect 0.5% decline. But those figures are fictitious. The declines are going to be deeper than that because nothing has started yet and they have complicated it with the tax policy.
So you're saying that with the devastation of Hurricane Melissa, we are only going to decline by 4.5%? 2025, 2026. That's what the government is saying. Sorry, the government is saying. What are you saying?
I say a deeper decline.
What are you saying? What are you saying? What kind of decline?
I'm saying that the decline is going to be deeper, somewhere in the region of 6 to 10%.
And 27, 28?
I see like 5% decline. I don't say 0.5% because they have not provided any stimulus for the economy to grow. What they are doing is to contract the economy. I'm going to say something simple and then we break it down.
Yeah.
One of the basic rules of economics is that the basic definition, mathematically speaking, is that the economy, the entire economy is equal to C plus I plus G plus X minus N. C is consumption, that is the money spent by household. Investment, consumption is determined by the kind of job that people have, right? Investments are driven by consumption. The first thing if you have a business, you want to market survey to see if you have any consumers. So if consumers are going to have less money, it means that you are going to have less investments. The government says it's going to spend less, and we run massive trade deficit, X minus N, right? So if you are going to do that, the economy must decline.
Hold on this. Somebody said the dead is going to be needing to pay tax too. Jeez and peace, that comment is serious. Mighty God. We see them how dig up the dead and put them to work, brother. Stealing a easier, man. Whoa. You know, some have got record a part when I explain how them actually calculate. Yeah, because that's how I listen when I don't know. Hold on the people.
Of 6 to 10%.
Grow the economy. Ralston, if they are saying that GDP is going to decline by 4.5% this year, that you're talking 2026-27 financial year?
Yeah, man, this fiscal year that we are completing now, and then they say next year to be 0.5%. But those numbers are...
Oh, the one that we are completing now, so that's 25-26.
Yeah, man, 4.5%, and 26-27, they expect 0.5% decline. But those figures are fictitious. That the declines are going to be deeper than that because nothing has started yet, and they have complicated it with the tax policy.
So you're saying that
I am redeemed.
Devastation of Hurricane
Bless up.
Melissa, we are only going to decline by 4.5%. 2025.
That's what the government.
No, we never hear that. Never hear that part.
What are you saying?
I see a deeper decline.
What are you saying?
Yeah?
What are you saying? What kind of decline?
I said that the decline is going to be deeper, so we're going to return of 6 to 10%.
Big up yourself, AI. We are dealing.
And 27, 28?
I see like 5% decline. I don't see the 0.5%.
Jetline, what's up?
They have not provided any stimulus for the economy to grow. What they are doing is to contract the economy. I'm going to say something simple and then we break it down.
Yeah.
One of the basic rules of economics is that the
basic rules of economics. We can't make him talk fast. We have to slow this down.
Basic definition, mathematically speaking, is that the economy, the entire economy is equal to C plus I plus G plus X minus N. C is consumption, that is the money spent by household. Investment, consumption is determined by the kind of job that people have, right? Investments are driven by consumption, the first thing of 6 to 10%.
And 27, 28?
I see like 5% decline. I don't see the 0.5% because they have not provided any stimulus for the economy to grow. What they are doing is to contract the economy. I'm going to say something simple and then we break it down.
Yeah.
One of the basic rules of economics is that the basic
Thank you, I am ready.
Mathematically speaking, is that the economy, the entire economy is equal to C plus I plus G plus X minus N.
Jetline, I like that comment there.
That is the money spent.
Keep the energy there, Jetline.
Investment.
Keep the energy.
Consumption is determined by the kind of job that people have, right? Investments are driven by consumption. The first thing if you have a business, you want to market survey to see if you have any consumers. So if consumers are going to have less money, it means that you are going to have less investment. The government says it's going to spend less, and we run massive trade deficit, X minus N, right? So if you are going to do that, the economy must decline. Additionally, consumption, is an investment, is a function of disposable income. Disposable income is the money that people have to spend after they take out taxes. So if you are going to tax them more, it means that they have less to spend. So it means that they have less investments. I already run massive trade deficit. So it means that the economy is going to shrink.
My God.
Basic economics, 101.
Mighty God.
So
When I hear this?
everything that the government is doing is geared towards shrinking the economy.
Yeah, man. They're going to go on the election. I can't collect more taxes from a shrinking economy. That is why over the last 3 years, they still collect the amount of taxes. And not to be reliant, just as Julian said, one of the tax measures like selling the revenues from the airports in order to boost the revenue. Yeah. So the one thing now, they now have nothing to sell now. So that's the problem. So it's not really Melissa the problem. It's a stagnation, the economy are the problem. They run out of things to sell now.
Oh.
The one thing bucks.
So the government basically run out of options. So whether we had Melissa or not, there would be a tax package this year.
Yes.
Of course, because they will have to find something to sell or borrow more. Because the economy can't generate the required levels of revenue so much to spend it.
And there's nothing more to sell.
Yeah, and then they have a growth strategy. over the last 10 years is 0.8%, so you can't collect more tax revenues.
From nothing.
At that rate. Tax revenues are a function of the growth of the economy. So that is why they run out and find themselves in a disposition, because when you look at Melissa, the extra spending that matter about. They will increase the capital budget by 25 billion. Every year, our capital budget are between 60 and 65 billion. No, 99 billion. So only 24 billion they put on. So you can't be blamed for Melissa, like I said. So the matter about 8.8 billion. Yeah, that's the next thing we need to explain to the people.
Yes, please.
If Melissa wiped out 41% of GDP, as a matter the people would say rejected when we said that, it means that the debt to GDP ratio is 115%. It can't be 68%.
June, how are you doing? No, man. No, man. I'm good, man. I just want to maintain my warmth. I'm good, man.
At the same time, she said the debt to GDP is 68%. If it wipe out 41% of GDP, the debt to GDP can't be 68%. Make up your mind, Minister.
So is this the reason why the minister will not give an interview to a Ralston Hyman or a Colin Bell or a Cameron Bryant?
Because you know, so if you notice, she and all of the spokesmen, Keith Duncan and all of them, I tell the people about 8.8 billion and 41% of GDP. But when we said that they have a problem with it, and they still want to change the debt to GDP ratio is 68%. Then if it wipe out 41%, or the debt to GDP ratio will be 68%.
Impossible. Impossible.
But it means that to justify the tax package, we say, oh, things are so bad that we need that. Things were bad before Melissa.
But she did say, you remember what she said in the parliament when Isaac Buchanan asked her about that 41%. We're going to play tomorrow evening, everybody. We're going to bring back all night. We're going to bring it back tomorrow evening. What the minister said then and what she's saying now. We're going to present all of that to you tomorrow.
Not only her, all of the apologists, the Prime Minister, Damian King, Keith Duncan, all of them are said the same thing now. Melissa never wiped out 41% of GDP, to wipe out 41% of the country's infrastructure, which is something that you don't fix back in 1 year. So just know that the tax package is due to Melissa when you only increase the capital budget by 25 billion is a joke. True. The economy was not performing for the last 10 years, and as a result, you couldn't collect the revenues, and you had to be relying on one-off revenue things like selling the revenues from the airport because you have no growth strategy, and you still don't have a growth strategy.
But they are coming with a tax package next financial year as well, right?
Well, let's see. Because if you tell me that Melissa, every time there's a disruption, you're coming with a tax package.
No, but isn't that you are saying that over the 2 years it's going to be $30 billion in taxes? Did I hear right?
They're not coming with their tax next year. The hotels have to pay 11 billion more. So that's the one for next year.
The hotels are going to pay 11 billion.
Yeah. Yeah, the GCT and hotels from 10% to 15%.
And they are going to increase property taxes when?
Next year.
So, Raleigh,
No, man. Jamaica. Let me see if they can hear me. Alright. No, they can't hear me. I plug in this button of connect. Hold on. Right. Hold on, there, Jamaica. Hold on. Let me pause this. Let me pause this. I will join this. Okay, alright, that's alright. Hold on, there, Jamaica. No, man. We have to go back a little bit. This too serious. Ralston Hyman come right out. I mean, yo, man, I tell you. My check. Let me see. Normally when I plug in this thing, it just work, you know. Let me see if it a register. Oh, I forgot. Okay, I forgot on it. Alright, cool. Let's say alright. Yes. No, Jamaica, good night. This is your brother Bolo and I want to encourage you guys to make sure that you go to Colin Bell page and subscribe. Now, this is where I go when I want to hear the guru, I understand, of economics in the Caribbean, bar none in the Caribbean. Several recommendations have been made by Ralston Hyman to the government even before Hurricane Melissa. You know when I started to really listen to Ralston Hyman? When last year, it was last year? Not last year, the year before, when Ralston Hyman was saying the government needs to do this, the finance minister needs to do this. Hi, Sassy 81, how you doing, love? the finance minister needs to do this. The government needs to push this and that to help the economy to grow. And I sat there. They need to drop the interest rate so people, the small businesses, can grow, you know, get money to borrow so they can grow their business, and that's going to propel the economy. When Rasta and I was saying that the government needs to force the banks to do this, and they have the power to do it, all the Minister of Finance and the Prime Minister had to do, it is within their merit and their powers to do so. They could have helped the people of Jamaica in that regard so the economy could grow. He was warning for quite some time, ladies and gentlemen. So when you hear them come and lie to us and tell us that this big tax package that we're seeing right now, it's because of Hurricane Melissa, no. No. You hear what he said? We would have seen this big tax package even without Hurricane Melissa, because, ladies and gentlemen, they not have no money. The country broke for true in a Jesus name. They have to be selling assets to fund the budget. They have to be selling assets. They have to be graping. Andre Stevens talked about it. Graphically tonight on Panaja TV. They have to be graping the resources, ladies and gentlemen. Graping it from the NHT, because them really broke for true Jamaica. And remember when we were saying, boy, I one thing, you know, if Mark Golding them win the election and then go do an audit, we might have find out that the country now really run good, you know, economically, you know. Oh, remember when we, the vloggers, was saying that, and we even said that it is a potentially a good thing that Mark Golding never win, because God is exposing Andrew HOLNESS and him government. All the dirty things is coming out, ladies and gentlemen. More than challenge Ralston and man. They will not dare. You know why? They will be embarrassed. I would love for them to challenge Ralston and man, ladies and gentlemen. I would love for what's your name? The Minister of Finance and Andrew HOLNESS to go up on Ralston Hyman show. Or even go up on Portland Spice TV. Yes, I wouldn't want to hear say no questions are off. No. You need to come in a alliance then. Since as you want to tell us, the Jamaican people, that listen, we're doing great. The economy is doing wonderfully. And it's the best thing since sliced bread. Well, show and prove. Stand on it. Yeah, man. Run up in a debate, not debate about the economy, man. Tell us, say a lie, Ralston, I'm gonna tell. But the fact say things was bad. Is not just Hurricane Melissa. Listen, I am not a genius now, but I ask this question. I ask this simple question. If we are so wonderful where our economy is concerned and there's true prosperity, why is it after one Category 5 storm, the country they're on the face? There is nothing to cushion us outside of the insurance plan from CRIF and the money them where them are borrow and them something and the bag of donation. I'm talking about us as a country, as a nation, being independent economically. One, building out the resources like the roads and the drains in a way where water can flow, where if it flow properly and not be a hindrance and destroy people's property when it got divert because of debris and all of these things. Like the lady in Kingston. Who remember? The lady in Kingston said a building that is built after the building built. And the look rain, well, it's not look a bit of rain, but a lot of rain fell, but it didn't look that way. And all of our things in our house filled with mud, ladies and gentlemen. Filled with mud. Now, if they were truly looking at climate change and actually building out, well, look, who's talking about misinformation? I'm not even pay you no mind. Actually building out the drains and everything. Who remember when Hurricane when I come on and say, yo, watch you know? The drain them need to clean and they say they want to rush Jamaica. If this hurricane did lick Kingston, the whole of Parliament, them couldn't keep Parliament, you know? Parliament couldn't keep, you know? The government would have mash up, you know? Things would have paused, you know? All now, you know? Me said things would have paused. They would have no place to go if Kingston and St. Andrew and Portmore did get this hurricane with this water. I am telling you, just like how you see Westmoreland mash up. Oh, that's how that was. Them not have no if you take no breeze. You know see type of breeze them when a lick. Glass would have shatter, buildings would have mash up. You man on the time for you right now, man. You're a lab rat, man. My memory not shallow, man. My memory proper. I haven't said anything that is a lie, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me where I lied. Zine. So, Ralston Hyman been a tell them this. Them did not listen. The economy has been flat. Them tell we peer lie and give we bare misinformation about statistics and this and that and the other thing and how the economy are do well. Any country where economy is doing well and you're actually independent, you can survive a storm. Yeah, man. You can survive it, man. It's going to be tough, you know. But we flat pan for we face right now, to the point where the government has done something that no other nation has done. Taxed us. Give us a big taxation after a massive disaster. And then use the disaster as the reason why they must figure with the taxation. Hey, Andrew Honest and this government is one of the wickedest. I gotta expose them now. If this storm never come Jamaica, we wouldn't know how bad it is. Some people eyes still are open. Some people choose to lucky. But me nah lack for me. What me say me nah do? I am not going to close mine, ladies and gentlemen. Me nah close mine. Big up Ralston Hyman. I wanna make sure I say again. So I'm gonna go listen to the fullness of the thing. From Portland Spice TV. Me not play no more. Me no need to play no more. See there, that's up on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Yes, yes. No, man. This bad. This bad for true. It bad Jamaica. Alright, so we'll move on from that. I just don't want to get that out of the way. That was pretty shocking. I have to say, I never knew. I never listened to the program. That was pretty shocking. Now, let's go to the substantive issue, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm going to be spending quite some time on this topic. Right? I want to take us to the scripture before I start anything else. Yes? Right? I want to take us to the scripture before we start anything else. And this, I'm very transparent. Andre Stevens, sir, you literally inspired this conversation tonight. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Me I listen to Andre and me say, you know something? I haven't really talked about this topic and it needs to be spoken about. I haven't spoken about the Cuba situation with the students, ladies and gentlemen. I have not spoken about it. All right? Now, what the first thing I want to do is to find the article. The article is on Facebook. I think I can find it. I think I can find it here, so. With the students, Cuban students. With students in Cuba. Right? But let me just play this in the meantime. So, John 18, verse 15 to 27. Right? Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen.
John 18. When Jesus had spoken these words, he went forth with his disciples over the brook Cedron, where was a garden, into the which he entered, and his disciples, and Judas also, which betrayed him, knew the place. But Jesus oft times resorted thither with his...
No, sorry. I'm going to play that back. Because you can't stop the word. I have to play it through. Faye Gray, good night. June Bliss. Sir Ralston is the boss. Respect. First time to these people in the chat. So I feel highlight, like I said, the super chat is open if you guys want to endorse that. Scorpy, what's up, Scorpy? How are you? Long time don't see you. Hope all is well with the family. All right, I think that's it. What else? Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, Lord. Wait a minute. Yeah, man. Faye Gray. Yeah, man, that's it. Those are the ones I didn't see. can't keep up with TikTok right now. So, hey, I don't know. As somebody joined, the name comes up, so my eyes, it's hard to keep up with everything. But let's go back to this.
Also, John 18. When Jesus had spoken these words, he went forth with his disciples over the brook Cedron, where was a garden, into the which he entered, and his disciples, and Judas also, which betrayed him, knew the place. For Jesus oft times resorted thither with his disciples. Judas then, having received a band of men, a sword, drew it, and smote the high priest's servant, and cut off his right ear. The servant's name was Malchus. John 18.
Yes.
When Jesus had spoken these words, he went forth with his disciples over the brook Cedron, where was a garden, into the which he entered, and his disciples, and Judas also, which betrayed him, knew the place. For Jesus oft times resorted thither with his disciples. Judas then, having received a band of men and officers from the chief priests and Pharisees, cometh thither with lanterns and torches and weapons. Jesus therefore, knowing all things that should come upon him, went forth and said unto them, Whom seek ye? They answered him, Jesus of Nazareth. Jesus saith unto them, I am he. And Judas also, which betrayed him, stood with them. As soon then as he had said unto them, I am he, they went backward, and fell to the ground. Then asked he them again, Whom seek ye? And they said, Jesus of Nazareth. Jesus answered, I have told you that I am he. If therefore ye seek me, let these go their way, that the saying might be fulfilled which he spake, Of them which thou gavest me, have I lost none. Then Simon Peter, having a sword, drew it, and smote the high priest's servant, and cut off his right ear. The servant's name was Malchus. Then said Jesus unto Peter, Put up thy sword into the sheath. The cup which my Father hath given me, shall I not drink it? Then the band, and the captain, and officers of the Jews took Jesus, and bound him, and led him away to Annas first. For he was father-in-law to Caiaphas, which was the high priest that same year. Now Caiaphas was he which gave counsel to the Jews, that it was expedient that one man should die for the people. And Simon Peter followed Jesus, and so did another disciple. That disciple was known unto the high priest, and went in with Jesus into the palace of the high priest. But Peter stood at the door without. Then went out that other disciple, which was known unto the high priest, and spake unto her that kept the door, and brought in Peter. Then saith the damsel that kept the door unto Peter, Art not thou also one of this man's disciples? He saith, I am not. And the servants and officers stood there, who had made a fire of coals, for it was cold, and they warmed themselves. And Peter stood with them, and warmed himself. The high priest then asked Jesus of his disciples, and of his doctrine. Jesus answered him, I spake openly to the world. I ever taught in the synagogue and in the temple, whither the Jews always resort, and in secret have I said nothing. Why askest thou me? Ask them which heard me, what I have said unto them. Behold, they know what I said. And when he had thus spoken, one of the officers which stood by struck Jesus with the palm of his hand, saying, Answerest thou the high priest so? Jesus answered him, If I have spoken evil, bear witness of the evil. But if well, why smitest thou me? Now Annas had sent him bound unto Caiaphas the high priest. And Simon Peter stood and warmed himself. They said therefore unto him, Art not thou also one of his disciples? He denied it, and said, I am not. One of the servants of the high priest, being his kinsman, whose ear Peter cut off, saith, Did not I see thee in the garden with him? Peter then denied again, and immediately the cock crew. Then led they Jesus from Caiaphas unto the hall of judgment, and it was early, and they themselves went not into the judgment hall.
Jamaica, why am I playing this? Andrew HOLNESS is the Peter of the Caribbean. Andrew HOLNESS is the Peter of the Caribbean. Simple Pebbles, how you doing, my baby? Big up everybody on TikTok. Respect and love. You understand? Go and tap up the screen, help me with the local live goal. I don't know. Right? So Why am I? I come to that, you know, Sassidi. Please remind me. All right, let me just make these points about the scripture. Andrew Holness is the Peter of the Caribbean. Why do I say that? Let me validate the statement with this analogy. When Venezuela came, I think they were the first country to come here with aid. No one went to the airport from. Boy, I am redeemed. Me just talk about the denial. Me not talk about the forgiveness. Because anybody can get forgiveness. But in this case, I don't think Andrew will get forgiveness because he not seek it. Right? I mean, 3 days fasting and prayer has been declared for Jamaica by the prophets and the apostles, and he has not done it. So Peter different in that the way there. But hear me out. Venezuela came here and nobody went to receive Venezuela's aid for Jamaica from the government because they knew that Trump was not in any good standings with Venezuela. Venezuela came to give us humanitarian aid in Jamaica. I want to know, follow me, you know. That not have nothing to do with Trump and what them have going on, you know. A humanitarian aid. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, T family, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Venezuela the first plane when landed Jamaica with aid? Let me Google that. Let me Google that. Wasn't Venezuela the first plane that landed in Jamaica with aid after Hurricane Melissa? Let me Google that. Venezuela plane arrived in Jamaica. Hold on there. See one poster. Zine. This was November 3rd. The Venezuelan plane arrived first in Jamaica with disaster aid. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to save this picture. Nobody from the government of Jamaica, they denied Venezuela. I never forgot it. Jamaica. That was the first cock we crow. You heard what I said? That was the first cock that crow. Andrew Holness denied Venezuela. A good friend to this country in very, very hard times. Regardless of what him and the next man have, you don't deny your friends in that way, ladies and gentlemen. People that were good to you when you were down. Andrew Holness is the Peter of the Bible. Let me Google this again now. What type of aid did Cuba send for Jamaica after Hurricane Melissa? See if we find an article. Following Hurricane Melissa, coordination from IFRC and neighboring countries sent critical rapid response aid to Jamaica. This includes 160 tons of supplies such as hygienic kits, cleaning kits, kitchen sets, jerry cans, blankets, tarpaulins, and tools for shelter repair. Jesus of mercy, that is the second crow. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the second cock we crow, and Andrew Holness deny. Andrew Holness is the Peter in the story we just read a while ago. You heard what I said? Did you hear what I said? Andrew Holness is the Peter. Why the third cock we crow, ladies and gentlemen? We have students in Cuba. Let me play the tape. Students in Cuba trapped. Zine, I have to play two videos. I have to play. This is the third cock we crow.
It had to be Mark Jefferson Golding who assisted them. Now Jamaica, Ishmael play what is happening with the Cuban students.
PMP calls for regional support for Cuba amid mounting humanitarian crisis. Silence from the JLP. That is the next cockwork. Martha, good night. So good to see you. What are you doing? That is this is the third cockwork runaway now. The People's National Party had to ask them, what is going on? Where's the regional support for Cuba amid mounting humanitarian crisis while we have students over there? Can you imagine? Same thing with the Ukraine. We picking them. Let me tell you something, man. Hey.
Jamaican medical students in Cuba are hoping to complete their studies even as the Caribbean nation grapples with a fuel crisis due to ongoing U.S. sanctions. While some students are mentally prepared to leave, some are awaiting assurances from the Jamaican government that they will be able to complete their studies locally if the crisis worsens. Jamila Maitland report.
Virgin, this is literally deja vu. Like up and share up the life, guys. Share this live with 10 people. And yeah, man, see the like button if you people over there, so see the like button up here, so yeah, man, just press the thumbs up button. This is literally deja vu. That was exactly what the students in Ukraine asked for. Assurances from the government. We are going to be waiting with bated breath, ladies and gentlemen, in the next week. In the next 2 days to hear the response from the government. That's what I'm going to be doing now. Waited in bated breath to hear what the response is going to be from the government. Let's continue.
Ready to leave or ready to learn?
Normally we will have clothes on the hangers, but in emergency situation, most of our clothes actually, that's a to-go bag right there.
In a closet in Cuba, a semi-packed suitcase sits on standby. Beside it, ironed uniform shirts.
Usually uniform is a white top with a blue bottom, and we wear scrubs on days we have duties.
She told her that the uniforms have been ironed now for more than a week as she anticipates the start of the new semester, which begins Monday, February 16.
We have to ensure that our uniforms are ironed when electricity is here.
Party cat
and
party,
for some of us,
true.
that might mean 1 a.m., 4 a.m., some crazy hours. And with gas too, we have to ensure that we cook, and not only cook for Sunday, cook for the rest of the week if you're able to.
The student who didn't want to be identified is among more than 300 Jamaicans studying medicine in Cuba, faced with a dilemma. The growing...
You know, I want to say shout out to Cuba. And I don't have no problem with the United States, but I want to say shout out to Cuba. Even when we were not friends to you, you maintained being friends to us. I want Cuba to remember that there is a large portion of Jamaica that still loves and appreciates you guys. We know our history. Venezuela, the same thing. We know our history. We don't have to necessarily get into your fights with another country, especially a superpower, no. But we can, in solidarity, help you out with humanitarian aid. This government is really, really just a destruction to the Jamaica. No, ladies and gentlemen, I have so much to say. Let me continue.
The fuel crisis disrupting their learning and affecting their mental health.
But preparing to possibly leave isn't just about logistics. It's about deciding what parts you want to leave and what's your priority in the moment. And as students, our belongings represent years of studies here, adjustments, everything considered. Like facing uncertainty is definitely taxing.
What's worse is the level of uncertainty regarding their studies. Last week, Minister of Foreign Affairs Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith said a diplomatic note was sent to the Cuban government requesting guidance on the way forward.
Exploring and monitoring are just beginning. Students need clarity, timelines, pathways. Uncertainty is the hardest thing to live with for us, especially having so many stockpile of different circumstances.
The students say if the crisis escalates, having their transcripts will allow them to continue their studies in Jamaica.
These transcripts would allow us to be able to continue our education, whether here in Cuba or elsewhere. However, these transcripts are only valid in Cuba. What we need is support from the government to first acquire these transcripts and then to have them validate them so that we can be able to use them outside of Cuba, specifically in Jamaica, enabling students to transfer to other universities and continue their studies from where they have left off.
In the meantime, some Cuban universities have made special considerations to place students at facilities closer to home to complete the practical part of their studies. This way, they can save on transportation costs.
Jamila Maitland, TVJ News.
So that is the students, right? Let us listen to Kamina Johnson-Smith.
Over the past few weeks, some of our students have been reaching out and have advised that their institutions have either closed for a period, in one case for 4 weeks, others that classes have been suspended in favor of virtual studies, which of course have challenges with internet and electricity, but they do occur. And one institution which has suspended in pending an assessment of the situation. So far as we're advised, under the scholarship program, there is one institution which has suspended its classes, and that affects 6 students under the scholarship program, but they are awaiting further advice regarding recommencement of classes. We've also been advised that 13 privately funded students, private students, have taken the decision to return home. It is very unfortunate that students are adversely affected by a program which has been working well for students across the Caribbean for some time, but we understand that the prevailing intent and the drive among the majority of the student body at this time is for their continuation of studies. So what has the ministry been doing? The ministry has been reviewing daily updates from the embassy in Havana, which remains in consultations with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Cuba and the Diplomatic Corps in Havana, and in particular the CARICOM Corps. Students have also been reaching out to seek guidance and to share their circumstances. So we've taken a few actions. Among them, we've established a WhatsApp group with approximately 320 students for direct and ongoing contact. And this is important because generally, although we are always aware of the scholarship students who travel, the private students don't usually engage with the ministry. They don't necessarily register. So now we have a full registration, a full awareness of the student body that is present. On the 5th of February, that is at a point that you would recognize that there was a certain acuteness in communication and information that was available publicly and internationally. The embassy encouraged students, contacted students and encouraged them to consult with their academic institutions on how their program might be affected by the disruptions and in the event of sudden interruption. Further, we encourage them, and we continue to encourage them, to consult with their parents or guardians on the options available for them at this time and going forward, and also for them to make preparations for emergency circumstances should that be required, for emergency departure should that be required. The embassy also took the further step of dispatching a diplomatic note to the foreign ministry in Cuba, seeking assistance, or rather guidance, in ascertaining how best students could be facilitated in the circumstances.
What is this lady getting paid for? What is she getting paid for? She reached out to Cuba to ask them how to proceed. She not have no diplomatic plan. Where is her intelligence? On the ground. Don't we have representatives to Cuba from Jamaica? Like how you have representatives to the US from Jamaica and vice versa? What she mean by that? Ladies and gentlemen, am I tripping? Am I overreacting? Please, uno make me know say me alright, and me have sense and something wrong with them, because this is ridiculous. I can't see through this. What is her job? Hold on there. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. What is the role or job of the... Oh, I forgot the name. Shoot. What's your name again? What is the role and job of Kamina Johnson Smith in government? All right, so let us read, ladies and gentlemen. Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Minister. She directs Jamaica's foreign policy, manages international relations, and oversees foreign trade policy. This includes engaging in bilateral, regional, and multilateral diplomacy, such as CARICOM, the Organization of Africa, Caribbean, and Pacific States, OACPS, and the UN, right? She manages the legislative agenda of the upper house. All right, so key focus, her recent work involves strengthening international partners following Hurricane Beryl, Melissa, advancing foreign policy for economic independence and management, right? She recently completed blah, 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 diplomatic engagement in early 26. She held strategic consultations with Jamaica's head of mission, blah, 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 blah. Caribbean advocacy. She has been active in representing Jamaica at the CELAC, CARICOM summits, focused on security, climate change, and regional stability. So, in a situation like this, it requires her to do her job. She deals with bilateral communication, Cuba, Jamaica. The student them need to come home. It's not like she never faced this issue before. The issue was an even worse one with Ukraine. This is Cuba. We don't know if it is going to get as bad as Ukraine. I doubt it. Bombs were dropping. And we hope that's not the case, right? You have been experienced in this area. You made the mistakes already, and you're going to repeat them. Why do you think the student didn't want to come on camera? Because they understand the politics, and they don't want to be targeted by this government to show them up. Because you see, I am going to guarantee you something. If they don't do the right thing, you're going to hear about it. You're going to hear about it very loudly. Sullivan have big up. They say, Andrew Puppet. Mighty God. The lady say, let me play that back because I don't know if there's something wrong with me. Let me play this back. Hold on.
For emergency departure, should that be required.
Yes.
The embassy also took the further step of dispatching a diplomatic note to the foreign ministry in Cuba, seeking assistance, rather guidance, in ascertaining how best students could be facilitated in the circumstances, including whether transcripts will be made available by way of policy, whether transcripts will be made available to students who seek to continue their studies elsewhere, if this is occasioned by the disruptions in availability of classes. We also, of course, dispatched from the ministry headquarters a similar request to our counterpart in Havana through the Embassy of Cuba here. An official response is pending. We're waiting on both sides, but an informal response has suggested that direct engagement with institutions is what is required for access to transcripts, but we continue to engage and await a formal response.
As one.
So really and truly, we now have nothing definitive coming from Kamina Johnson Smith at this point in regards to the students them in Cuba. I mean, listen. Obviously, this situation with Donald Trump and Cuba, and not just Donald Trump, the United States and Cuba, has been going on for quite some time. We understand there's bad blood, ladies and gentlemen. So you're telling me Kamina Johnson Smith cannot contact the United States of America and say, listen, could you help us to facilitate the extraction of our students if you indeed decide to go to another level with this situation with Cuba? Like, literally. But you know, when you don't have a backbone, ladies and gentlemen, just be frank about it. Listen, we understand that, you know, you and Cuba, as always, have bad relations. However, we have some students over there. We don't know where this is going, and our interest is the safety of our students. And even go further and let them know that, listen, Elmira, what are you doing? And let them know, listen, I mean, we had a situation in Ukraine before, and, you know, we are really trying to secure the safety of our children. Bro, outside of the documentation that they need for you know, transfer to other schools to continue their education, because that's one of the main things that the students are concerned about. If my child was there, listen, I would have, and I had the funds to remove them, I would have removed them. Big chop, big up yourself, chop down, savage, big up. Thanks to the father. Right? I would have removed them. But what? Crickets. We don't hear anything from the government all now. And Andre Stevens made a point that's gonna lead me to Andrew HOLNESS now. You tell us how Andre inspired this. Listen to Andre.
So here are the facts. Ever since the occupation of the U.S. in Venezuela was one of the countries that supported Cuba with oil. That has been cut off due to the new regime that is in Venezuela.
Right.
So the Cubans now no longer have access to oil.
Yes.
So the country is now having...
So basically, Cuba was crippled by the fall of Venezuela. Oil is very important. You're talking about planes moving back and forth, transportation, you know, global transportation. They are crippled. They have been crippled.
Stability. And with the instability, there's going to be what? Chaos.
Chaos, of course.
The government of Jamaica is calling on Cuba in their crisis to give them what?
Direction.
A response as to...
Jamaica, me know say something never wrong with me. Listen, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way, bro. How can we be taxpayers of a country when our leaders don't know what to do when a crisis begins? Right? They have to be looking to the country in their own crisis. Very lame. Very... It's beyond lame. It's frightening. It's frightening. You know, the United States... serious about for them citizens no matter where in the world them is? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. The optics of this, I mean, what a disgrace, ladies and gentlemen. Another stain on the uncaring level of the Jamaica Labour Party government. To the point where, yeah, listen to me. What your name? Brigadier, you're focused on the colonial game. You ever hear them say, cockroach, no business in a full fight? We are not trying to fight the colonialists. You know? We're not trying to oppose the colonialists. You know? We are seeking a diplomatic solution to get our children to safety. And I am saying, why Kamina Johnson Smith and Andrew HOLNESS, when these situations come up, fail the people of Jamaica and in this case the students miserably? Ukraine was a mess, and this could be worse. We don't want that to happen, right? The whole Ukraine debacle was a mess. I learned about that last year. I found back articles and tweets that blew my mind. Correspondence between Kamina Johnson-Smith and students and what the government actually told them. Shameful, Jamaica. Here we are again. Let's see how they angle it.
They can be.
Let's see how they
Shouldn't
angle
it
it.
be that the government of Jamaica could say, we have 300 students in your country, we need to extract them at the earliest possible time frame?
Yes.
Why is Kamina Johnson-Smith? Why is Kamina Johnson-Smith asking the Cuban government how should she proceed?
Make it make sense.
Shouldn't she, Jamaica, be saying, okay, we're making an effort to identify the 300 plus Cuban students and we're going to get the efforts to get them back in our country?
And then that is the first layer of it, you know. That's the first layer of it. Because then, you know, the students would want to secure their what you call it now, their studies, their credits. That's really the only thing that Kamina Johnson-Smith should be focused on with Cuba, you know. We are going to be extraditing our children from Cuba. We're coming for them. Yes. The government will pay for it. Yes. We are coming for them. And then what you do is you deal with America to facilitate that particular transaction. So all parties are involved, and you now just talk to Cuba and then with Cuba. You say, America, listen, I'm looking to this, extract the children, you know, man. I'm working on something with the Cubans to facilitate the students actually getting their credits so they can go to other institutions to go and study. And we have parents here and the government is concerned and, you know, want to deal with the safety of the children. Why she couldn't do that? Why them can't do that? Cuba, only thing Cuba's supposed to help them with is the thing with the institutions and getting those credits that the students talked about. I'm back to Andrew HOLNESS now. Andrew HOLNESS is the Judas of the Caribbean. Yes. Andrew is the the government of the Andrew HOLNESS-led government is the Judas of the Caribbean, ladies and gentlemen. Cuba sent us aid. Cuba have humanitarian issues. Has Jamaica sent Cuba any aid? Has Jamaica been Cuba's or brother's keeper? Humanitarian aid, you know? Humanitarian aid. Not fuel. Humanitarian aid. Yeah, man. Hey, I am redeemed. Him upgrade. Andrew HOLNESS is Peter and Judas now. Him upgrade from Peter. Remember, he asked repentance, you know? So him get repent. Him repent one at a time. And then him sell out. The man sell out Cuba for 30 pieces. Jesus, brother. Jamaica, we are going to pay for this, you know? Karma are going to reach me. If we, the Jamaican people, don't stand up against what the government position is, or lack of action, or quietness about the situation in Cuba, not sending any humanitarian aid, regardless of us just coming out of a crisis, share with the neighbor. Share with the neighbor. No little joke. Share with the neighbor in their darkest hour. What a wicked government. Eh? What a wicked government. Mighty God.
She did just as how she did in Ukraine.
In
the midst of a war.
Yes.
An irresponsible, uncaring government. Decided, Courtney, to leave the students in Poland and Ukraine. And thank God for Mark Jefferson Golding.
Mighty God.
The man never had the resources of the government. He went in his personal resources. And saw to it that the children came back.
Yeah.
And here again, Courtney, is the PNP asking the government. Here is the PNP
Party
again,
for the people.
asking the government.
The party for the people. And not just Jamaican people, but people. PNP is the party for the people. Wherever injustices is happening around the world, they will be vocal about it. That is the People's National Party. Yes, without fear or favor, ladies and gentlemen. Without fear or favor. Mark Jefferson Goldie. That is the legacy of the People's National Party over the years. Brigadier said they are manipulated. Brigadier, I am not talking about a race war, you know. I don't know what you're spewing in the chat. The conversation I'm having is not about a race war. The conversation I'm having is about being your brother's keeper and not being a Judas of the Caribbean and not being a Peter of the Caribbean. You don't turn your back on Cuba like that. You don't do that. You don't. It's wrong. It is wrong. That's what we're talking about. You understand? And I'm telling you, karma is already smacking Jamaica. But it's going to get worse. And it's because of these things. It's going to get worse. Mark my words.
What is going to be the response? So I am saying tonight, where is the compassion for the people? Where is the compassion for the children? Where is the food that they're eating, Courtney? Where is the electricity? Where are the people? Are they accounted for? Can you imagine, Courtney? A mother is home or a father is home, knowing that their child is in Cuba.
Bad.
In this crisis.
300 family that, you know?
And the government is not even saying, we are going to provide an aircraft to get the people out there. Me I get involved with what's going on in the US and Cuba.
Exactly.
I am defending tonight Jamaica.
Of course.
My people.
Yeah.
My people that is in a country that is in chaos. Irresponsible, insensitive, kete, cruel, uncaring government.
Hey, Andrew, have somewhere to say? Kete.
You need no more signs of uncaring.
Yo, I joke this. Kete. I ain't get that ready.
The Mexicans have decided to send in humanitarian aid. Russia have decided to send in humanitarian aid. Oh, Jamaica, is your neighbor. Oh, God, Jamaica.
Being a brother's keeper.
Children in there and extract them. Oh, God, Jamaica. We cannot be this unconscionable.
Can't be, man.
You will hear nothing from the Prime Minister. You will hear nothing from Camila.
And you know what Cliff Hughes is going to say, ladies and gentlemen? Let me tell you what Cliff Hughes is going to say. I'm going to go to the clip. It's on my TikTok. Gonna give me a second. Let me tell you exactly what Cliff Hughes is going to say. Bolo VNR. Boy, I tell you, boy. Cliff Hughes is going to hold the same position he held previously. And I'm going to show you. And you know how long I'm going to do a TikTok video? Mighty God. Long time I'm going to do a TikTok video. Anyway. And there's so much to do a TikTok video about. Let me find it. Cliffy, where there, Cliffy? Cliffy. How do you proceed with this, Mr. Clifford? How do you look at this? What is your take? Give us your take on these extraordinary things. We say Clifford say, listen to me, man. I can't go and talk. We are weak jellyback. That's a Clifford position. We will remain a weak jellyback. In essence.
It is the responsibility of foreign affairs, foreign services, Jamaica. Let me explain to you how foreign services work, because probably I need to educate Kamina. I was one pretty dunce, you know. Definitely find a picture for me. Let me educate this pretty dunce. He's a pretty dunce, Courtney.
Well, on there before you educate her. Listen to this. It's a 2-minute clip. The red. Somebody said Cliff on the big red dog. Yo, I can't bother. Oh, God. Oh, this, oh, crap. My bad, y'all. My bad.
Smith have to take care of waking out. Waking out. He's going to do a lot of damage, as he has been doing. A lot of damage. But HOLNESS and Johnson Smith have to take care of Jamaica's best interest, while extending support and solidarity, remember that word? Solidarity with the people in Gaza.
Yo, listen to me. Who is this person talking about Netflix? You know, say, you don't have to eat if you don't want to. You can just dead for hunger. You didn't know that too? Why are you on my page talking about Netflix? Who is here talking about Netflix? Who cares about Netflix? You think this taxation is limited to Netflix? You don't have to subscribe to Netflix if you don't want to. Pay the tax. Come on from my page. Sure.
And Palestine. We can do it in a way that is confrontational and adversarial. So this man was not given to anything but vengeance and transaction. And let me put it bluntly. You will simply say, Jamaica, okay, we're going to take away your visas. Okay? And take away the Jamaican visa. Which government in Jamaica could survive if it is a situation where it is further because of the action or what you have said, you now occasion America taking away Jamaicans' visa? Jamaicans would run you. And there's a few things that we covet more than our precious American visa. And he is quite prepared to use that. That is my take on it.
I am momentarily rendered speechless. And as I gather my thoughts, let me tell you why I was momentarily rendered speechless. This man equated being cautious so as to, one, keep political power. Because if they stood up and did the right thing, which is walk out when Netanyahu was speaking, which is vote for peace when the vote was happening at the UN with the 193 countries, it could jeopardize Jamaicans' visa. So, in essence, Jamaican having a visa to go to the United States, in his purview, and JLP maintaining power as a political party is more important than taking a stance against what is wrong. So we already know what Cliff Hughes is going to listen. Don't touch that, Andrew. Stay quiet. You're doing the right thing because you don't want to jeopardize the visa. Can I tell you something? They're going to lose the visa anyway, you know? They are going to lose the visa anyway because they're a weak jellyback. They are weak jellyback, ladies and gentlemen. They can't stand on no principle because they are afraid to lose a damn visa. Wow. This government is crawling on their knees because they have no integrity. One bunch of coots. And please remind me of your question, Dwayne Cyblis. Remind me of your question, please. How are you doing, Yvonne? Remind me of your question. So Cliff Hughes, if the same Cliff Hughes before him gets shot the other day, is the same Cliff Hughes? I don't know because right now I'm seeing try to criticize the Prime Minister, which was incredible. He actually pulled the trigger to criticize the Prime Minister. That is only because election time was coming. Why the urban center, something come up. Right? Yes, that's why they want to cut ribbon to impress the people. They want to try to get vote. Right? So you're telling me that the Prime Minister of Jamaica, off topic a little bit, right? Went to cut a ribbon at a place, and 10 months after now they're having these problems. Mighty God. He didn't do any research about the state of the place, if it was actually ready to be opened. One shop did it, right? And a water. They don't have no water, they don't have any light. Thank you very much, Brigadier. They don't have any water and they don't have any light. And they're paying rent. What? Let me live in our house and no light and no water and see if me pay. Like, it's not accessible. Not that you are not paying your water, your light bill enough. There's no access to water or light. Let me live in a house that there's no access to water and light and I'm paying rent. I have to be living there free, ladies and gentlemen. Because just the expense of getting water when you don't have it is quite costly. Alright? And you can try to live without light for oh so long. True. Hey, remind me of the question I'm doing. Remind me of the question, please. I don't remember the question. Oh, Sassidi, if you're still here. Hi, Carol. Sassidi, if you're still here, remind me of the point that you made earlier in regards to what happened on Portland Spice TV. Thank you. Let's continue.
Not the first time she do it. This is now the second time. Pretty face and dirty character.
Mighty God.
The duty of the foreign services in the country is that if there is an emergency or crisis in a foreign territory and you have your citizens in that country, it is your duty, Kamina Johnson Smith, to first identify them. See to it that they're safe. And then you do a day-to-day analysis of how things are going, so that if you need to extract them, you put the systems in place to extract them.
Yeah, you have to be ready for extradition. You can't be asking Cuba, please advise us. How do we move forward? What? Like, this is what I'm saying. She was in this situation before with Ukraine. She should have learned from that. Che Guevara said right now Andrew would set a military base for America against Kitty. Yo, Bridget, hey, I can't even argue against that. I can't even lie to you. The Urban Center ribbon cutting ceremony was an agenda, so Andrew have to show up. Yeah, true. That's facts. That's facts.
But when you don't have pretty face and dirty character, this would have never happened under Michael Manley.
My God.
This would have never happened under Portia Simpson or Percival James Spice.
Nope.
Not even Bruce Coley would have done this.
True. As much as I'm going to rate Bruce, true. No rate Bruce Coley.
But when they don't know their duties, she has failed in Jamaica. In her fiduciary duties to the people of Jamaica.
Yeah. Have you guys ever heard Will Rattigan speak about Kamina Johnson Smith? Trust me, it's not flattering. It's not flattering at all. And I don't know about her being pretty. She does light skin. Come here, I call her pretty done. But I don't know about her being pretty. She has a mean streak to her. I don't know if you guys see it sometimes. She tries to control it, but she has a very mean streak to her. She's one of them BBs. Bad? Yeah. She appears to be that to me. Yeah. Very, very feisty. Did you guys see when Mrs. Donna Scott Motley was in Parliament sticking it to her about this government policy over the Constitution, trumping the Constitution? Did you guys see that? Did you see her face? Do you remember when the young PMP, Miss Morris, Gabriela Morris, talked about the fertilizers? And you see how she got up and you saw her, the steam, and she got red? Yeah, man. More of that I see in her, ladies and gentlemen. Trust and believe. But I don't know about the pretty. I don't know about the pretty. So Sassy D says a laborite told Colin that if he doesn't file his tax this year, they are going after him to step down. But they want in Christopher Tufton. So what are you saying? You're saying that somebody hold on, then me not have to go to that, man. Give me the timestamp. No, I have to hear that to myself to get the context. What do you mean? What are they insinuating? Mighty God. Will Labour Party mash up with you? No, man.
When, you know, yeah, I know people on this program who is watching right now. Say one thing, my stepdaughter works in Cuba. You know, apart from the 300 for you, there are actually about 500-600 Jamaicans in Cuba, if not more.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Definitely.
And the US cannot do anything to you in a particular way if you are going on the basis of humanitarian intervention. There are conventions that you have signed to. Camila answers me. If you don't know the conventions you have signed to.
Somebody call. If it's you, I will hold on, you have me a play up on the YouTube on the TV?
I mean,
No, but probably that's why they not hear you. Also not here? Okay, good. Alright. So I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out right now.
yeah.
Thank you. Alright.
Okay.
You are my mind. Is it you are? No, Colin, you couldn't tell me. Colin Belly should have called me, bro. You know, say them banger and you go on the program. Man, I get cut off on them so that. Boy, I tell that you mean up on the road still. Ain't that something?
I did them.
So a contract or a policy and the deal. Think about economics. Same thing was.
I said to ask rally in the FX market.
Matthew, how you doing?
As important as subsidy. You think the FinSac period, the meltdown of our banks in Jamaica.
Right. But guess what now? Because the people have the agreement a 27-month standby.
And tell us when it was done and how it was done. Please and thanks.
Yeah.
And did they pass that one test with them? Different. Yeah. The PNP gave away the election in 2016.
Correct.
Yeah. And the Jamaica Labour Party win a 1 seat. 1 seat they won by.
Yeah.
And we got a promise from Andrew HOLNESS that they were going to grow the economy by 5% in 4 years. For the last 10 years, Ralston, the Jamaican economy brought it. If it was 10 years ago, people who crash it can never be the people who crash it. Can't be the people them are medical waste piled up at a health center in time come and pass. So, on Portland Spice TV. Hold on.
Hold on them, man. It look like them cut off all of him show. Oh, a two show him though. Okay. Oh.
Talking and thanks for listening and so on. You guys, but certain.
What me just say? You just touch the link.
Yeah,
you
man.
get about maybe 5 minutes side right there.
All right, my brother. Respect.
Aye.
Look there now. Everything crash. Fireman strike. Even the well, since a strike. Only for people in strike. She is on the record saying it's indirect tax on the people. Julian will be speaking on it. And it's all lined up.
In the fact that this year is the 50th anniversary coming in. Commitments of speed at a critical time by this.
Used for NHT contributors.
It should be.
Ensure, in fact, that they.
Darrell Vaz, the most bad mind people in Jamaica are in the Jamaica Labour Party. Bad mind. Why the hell? Andrew HOLNESS is a hypocrite. And Darrell Vaz tell you that straight. And we have the receipts.
Tell you why.
That's a commitment.
I think it's signed as a commitment.
Stop this up. Andrew HOLNESS, you are a hypocrite.
Facts.
Major hypocrite.
Major.
You are my prime minister, but you are a hypocrite.
Facts.
Tell you that straight.
Straight up.
And we have the receipts.
Yeah.
To show your hypocrisy. Like up the live, my people. Like up the live, please and dance. And share it.
Nigel Clark.
Andrew HOLNESS is a hypocrite.
Audio is back.
Vaz,
Awesome.
The most bad mind people in Jamaica are in the Jamaica Labour Party. Bad mind. Why the hell? Why the hell? The police in Portland have been pressured to arrest and bring to court the boatman them where seal them boat on the sea.
Okay, I got you. No worry yourself.
Hello?
I will get you on, okay?
In God's name, police.
Alright.
Police are calling on the water police them in a Portland.
Yes.
Water police them.
Yeah.
Stop mess around the man them to run them boat between Blue Lagoon and Pelou Island. It's not Monkey Island, Your Honor. It's Pelou Island. Can you imagine that? I don't really believe, say, there are people who are trying to stop the boatman them from run them boat on the sea.
Yeah.
In a Portland.
I wonder why.
Welcome back, my
What's
lady.
going on the sea? Why they don't want them there?
Yes, we're back.
Let me tell you something. Andrew HOLNESS and Entourage, like the cabinet, none of the cabinet member them. If me I go down the road, I miss any of them. If they see me before, me see them behind.
Hey, let me tell you something. You know that there's a big feud in the GLP right now? There's a big feud in the GLP right now, you know, because there are members of parliament in the GLP who are saying that the prime minister must resign, you know. Yeah?
They can't see.
There are some of them who are saying that the prime minister must resign. And this morning, a senior Labour right called me. You know what he said to me? He said, if Andrew HOLNESS statutory filing not certified for 2025, he must resign. And Chris Tufton is waiting. So I said to him, about Tufton can't take it. He said, yes, Tufton is waiting to take Andrew's place. Because Andrew cannot continue with his statutory filing not certified. The man said the level of bad mind in the GLP, right?
So hold on there. This a person here so now. Just run out. Your labor right just couldn't wait for hear every single thing what the man say. You are telling Shaka that he's lying about a conversation where you never hear. Where him have receipts for on film phone. Right? And why would you be surprised? Why would you be surprised? Are you telling me that there's not one Labour right in the Labour Party that have any integrity enough to tell Andrew HOLNESS to resign? He should have been resigned. From his statutory declaration couldn't file the first time, he should have been resigned. That is something for you to step down about. So what are you talking about? Really? What are you saying? You don't find it believable, Venlove, what you're doing? You don't find it believable that Andrew HOLNESS should have resigned already? And somebody in there have integrity to say, what you think of your party, that you don't believe that nobody in the party have no integrity enough to tell Andrew HOLNESS he need to resign? You think people on the political aisle on both sides talk to each other, you know? Right? Oh, so you're one of them where you support criminal. Have a good night. Yeah, man, have a good night, man. Yo, I'm going to play one tape for you. I go back to Colin Bell. Colin Bell, don't move a muscle, my boss. Let me play one tape for you. That person we talked about 4-term loading a while ago, let me play something for you. And put this in your pipe and smoke it, yeah? This is a thus saith the Lord. Put this in your pipe and smoke it. Tell you what is going to happen to your 1 p.m.
I know that they could even come to themselves and allow one of them as councillor to become deputy mayor. It's bad mind. I really never see the bad mind. But I tell you all the while, you know, when they hear these Labour right come up that it's a refiling, not serving. You know, see, there are some of them who are saying that the Prime Minister must resign. And this morning, a senior Labour right called me. You know what he said to me? Say, if Andrew HOLNESS statutory filing not certified for 2025, he must resign. And Chris Tufton is waiting. So I said to him, about Tufton can't take it. He said, yes, Tufton is waiting to take Andrew's place. Because Andrew cannot continue with his statutory filing not certified. The man said the level of bad mind in the GLP right now that they could even come to themselves and allow one of them as councillor to become deputy mayor. It's bad mind. You never see the bad mind in that. But I tell you all the while, you know, when they hear these Labour right come out and accuse PNP of certain things, it is right in their party. And they self them talk about.
It's called projecting, ladies and gentlemen. They always project. I have been saying this. But let's hear the apostle. Let's go back. The person went talk about 4 term. Listen to this.
Not if Jamaica is to be changed, because we know Jamaica has been changed. Jamaica is being transformed. And by or before 2027, we will see a new Jamaica emerging. Not completely new, obviously, but there will be major turning points. One of them, finally, we will be led by a righteous Prime Minister.
So let me tell you something. That is not Christopher Tufton. All I lab brats them in our leadership when we talk to Colin Bell, you can take that now on the pipe and smoke it. It is not Christopher Tufton. Christopher Tufton is not a righteous person. He's not a righteous leader. Just look for market me. Cannot be trusted. Cannot be trusted. Love me more, baby. Cupid. By or before 2027, Jamaica will have a new leader, a righteous leader. Finally. And you know so that I come straight from the throne room of God. Because I gotta go put the leader there. God is going, God, just watch God hand in Jamaica. Devastating stuff is gonna happen, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, man. Whole heap of shifting, whole heap of moving. Hey, me say, you see what happened to Cuba? Uno think say Jamaica got escape. Some people are get extradited out of this backside here, see? Uno think say Jamaica got escape. Uno think say Mr. Coke, aka Shortman, was the only one where the USA go hold on pan. Uno make a sad mistake, man. Ladies and gentlemen, let us be real. Let us be quite frank about it. Zane, regardless of how you feel about short boss, right? The whole thing and the dance and everything is criminality. The drugs, the guns. It damages any country, and Jamaica is not excluded from the damage. The government alignment with short boss to the point where I believe some lawyer fees on appear or something like that. There was some allegation about some lawyer fees. Come on, Jamaica. Thank you so much, Ivan. So is it outside of the scope of reasoning that potentially members of the Jamaica Labour Party are, and I'm talking about senior members, not just regular people, are intrinsically involved in criminality in Jamaica? Just look at the shower posse. That is their antecedents. It is their antecedents, Jamaica. So, I'm just saying that to say this. Expect it if you're not expecting it. External forces will be. You don't know so much police I get catch with cocaine. Big people see that get shift up. You don't know realize the wave. You don't understand what is coming. Nobody not safe. Nobody is untouchable. Just look at what the USA is doing. No Caribbean not untouchable. That's why we have to be under God, ladies and gentlemen, to increase in beauty, fellowship and prosperity, and play our part, whatever part that is, in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. And if it starts with us being under who? God. Jamaica is not under God with the Andrew HOLNESS-led government. I be a Obeah man. I big up Andrew HOLNESS. Pan media. Pure Obeah man. You hear me say? And everybody know that. There was a picture of a, it's not a joke, there was a picture of a man that was at one of the rallies them in, I think it was Center. And the man had a goat face thing with the blood on the head. I'm telling you something. Ashley, big up your nice clean self. Right? It's serious, man. But let's continue with the word. Let me carry it back.
Not if Jamaica is to be changed, because we know Jamaica is being changed. Jamaica is being transformed. And by or before 2027, we will see a new Jamaica emerging. Not completely new, obviously, but there will be major turning points. One of them, finally, we will be the righteous Prime Minister. And it might seem like a pipe dream. I'm smiling because those of us who are able to see in the realm of the spirit, we have some interesting developments coming this year.
Ladies, I cannot see in the realm of the spirit, not yet. I have not reached that level. But let me tell you, my heart warms every time I hear the man say that. You hear the laugh a while ago? Ladies and gentlemen, me excited. Me excited. Me excited. You hear me say, Ashley? I am excited. Ladies and gentlemen, remember to subscribe to the platform. See that person I know, this a person I forget kick out of my life. I will not allow any disrespect to the prophets and the apostles. Goodbye. You hear what I said? I am excited, ladies and gentlemen. You see, even what is happening in the police force, he prophesied it, you know. And there's more to come. Just before everything happened with CTAC and everything, the man prophesied it. That's why I don't tolerate people in my chat with disrespect. Mark Stewart, Peter Chambers, or Apostle Jeffrey Shuttleworth. I will not tolerate it, ladies and gentlemen. I will not tolerate it. Let's continue.
That will trigger changes politically, which will take many by surprise, because there are those who think that they are around forever and they can stay as long as they want. We shall see what we shall see.
Andrew, wanna say, hear that? You hear that, Andrew? You know, a 4-term loading? Hey, mama. You not be around forever. You not deal with government policy where you try to trump the Constitution. The damn out of order. God is going to fix you, man.
That's all I'm going to say. We shall see what we shall see.
Oh, I'm excited, bro. What?
So apart from the intensification of judgment, which will come in different ways, not just natural disasters, but God will also use external intervention in the affairs of Jamaica.
You hear that? Bulby.
I'm going to say it one more time.
Bubbly.
God will use external interference in the affairs of Jamaica in order to set things right. Since we have leaders who think nobody like them, and they have put themselves in power through corrupt practices.
Say that again, Pastor. Say that again.
Nobody like them.
Say that again.
And they have put themselves in power through corrupt practices.
Say it again.
And they have put themselves in power through corrupt practices.
Say it again.
And they have put themselves in power through corrupt practices.
That's a thus saith the Lord. That's a thus saith the Lord. God revealed the secret of heart. Although nobody never need no rocket science to tell we say that happened in election September 3rd. You know? Say it again, Pastor, one more time.
Who think nobody like them. And they have put themselves in power through corrupt practices. We have a system of election where...
Brigadier, may I block you? May I block you? May I block you? May I tell you something, may I block you? You expose yourself. Yeah, man, you expose yourself, man. Brigadier say Prime Minister is not the problem, it's the colonialists. You're joking, man. I have to disagree with you upon that. What is the conversation I am having here? There is things that the government is responsible for, and that is the people of this country. You are in service of the people of the country. You no business, but there's nothing Jamaica can do in regard. Jamaica can't fight America. Russia not even fight America. What are you talking about? Russia is not even fighting America. Russia fight America head on. You see China fight America head on. At this point right now, with everything what happened, want to see them run out. So nobody is the Lulu. Right? Jamaica is the problem. Our leader is the problem. Because things that they are supposed to do, stance that they are supposed to take, they don't take it. If we're going to use your logic, then Jamaica will never see a Ibrahim Traore type of leader here. One that stands up and not crawl upon him belly to any other government or any other entities, world entities. One that decides, listen, you know what? We are sovereign under the global laws and all of these things. We will expand our wealth and give it to the people and empower the people. That's what we're going to do. And that's what we're doing. Right? We're going to focus on technology to help us with energy, different forms of energy. Right? We're going to be honest with the people. We're going to plan strategically, right? To get these plans in place moving forward long term. And we are going to be uncorrupt and use every single dollar in the benefit of the plan. That is the leadership we need for us to be sovereign. Jamaica has, outside of the oil that they're going to find, which is huge, outside of that, Jamaica has a lot to offer, you know? But our resources have not been managed properly. Jamaica as a brand itself has a lot to offer. They haven't even branded Jamaica, right? You know that the sceneries in Jamaica are so beautiful that we should capitalize, G-Unit Boss, big up, we should capitalize as a country monetarily off them. Yeah, man, true. But we need the right people in government and leadership that has the ideas to manifest us profiting off every single resource that is Jamaican. The people is one of the biggest resources. If you empower the people, it is going to increase the country's wealth per capita has to go up, all of that. The standard of living will go up. Our dollar would have more oomph and strength when compared to other dollars, including the US dollar. Remember when the US dollar was not that stronger than our dollar, you know? Who remember? Who remembers? Someone old enough to remember. You can't forget these things, guys. You can't forget these things. Come on, man. As I said, follow the page on TikTok, subscribe, hit the subscribe button, support, hit that like button. Let's continue. Go back a little bit.
And they have put themselves in power through corrupt practices.
Aye.
We have a system of election where persons are to be duly elected and they corrupt the system.
Yes.
So what God is going to do is going to use other means of displacing them. Watch and you will see.
Oh, other means.
External intervention.
You mean like extradition? Mighty God.
Other means of displacing them. Watch and you will see. External intervention.
Yes.
In addition to continued disasters of different types. So we shall see what we shall see. This is going to be a pivotal year which will pave the way for what will manifest in 2027. So we continue to pray the process through.
So just understand, say, them kind of dark, thus say the Lord here. Them man corrupt practices to win the election. Not my word.
Then say, when you hold it most dead, but let me tell you, see, age come with experience.
Oh, this last time you call Colin Bell earlier tonight? Oh, this one like last time, so.
And you see, one nicest thing is to sit back and watch the Almighty God work.
No, man, this is a last one, man. Nobody can tell me nothing. This is a last one. If this is not a last one, your sister.
Sit back, just talk to him and wait for him, you know. And he said, wait and murmur at, you know. And he said, and never him say, sorry, one phrase said, if the thing is not of God, it must come down.
It got to come down.
Got to.
And it's coming down. It's coming down.
It's coming down. Oh, when the glory of the Lord is coming down.
Hallelujah, when the saints began to pray, and the Lord shall have his name. Oh, I miss P. Okay. I think I last song. So like last song.
Then we go Mansi.
Big up Miss P.
This God answer prayer. Here is a language where God understand.
Hey, Sissy. Sissy.
And I asked him to bar me. I said, Father God.
Oh, so she one of them will get damaged too. Mighty God. Andrew, you not afraid of God? No, man. The amount of tears on the phone. All you, Christopher Tufton and the whole out. Desmond Mackenzie, Daryl Vaz. You're not afraid of God? All of the senior members of the Jamaica Labour Party. You're not afraid of God?
Work for about 20 years because NHC said they don't know me and this happened to me.
But remember, Job, I have faith like Job because I know you will take me out time. Me never say that and burial, mash me up, and come back, and Melissa grind me up. I don't see one representative. They say, me to go away. The minister, where the money about this day.
Colonel Charles,
I'm a register and come like a computer can pick up my name.
So you don't get nothing yet?
Hey, let me tell you something. You know, when I think back on this whole situation, I think we expected too much of Andrew Holness government. I think I expected too much. Because if Andrew Holness government is not taking care of the people in Jamaica, why do we expect him to take care of the people outside of Jamaica? Albeit that is just a few miles away from us in Cuba. If he never took care of the students in Ukraine, why should we expect him? His standard is so low that we shouldn't expect him to do the right thing, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Ashley, there's a lot of people still living under tents, and Miss P is talking about burial. She still don't get no help from burial. So a lot of people, even in Westmoreland, in St. Elizabeth and those places, light just went into some of the place them down there, you know, when hurricane is coming up. Them just get back light, you know, and then shut off, you know. If I me like them, I move. That is a bad omen. Me, I pack up my things them, whatever is left, and leave. If I went through burial, my light cut off and me just get back light, and then when next hurricane come, something spiritual is happening in that place that is not good. I am gone, Jamaica. I'm not staying. Me I lift up. You heard what I said? Me I lift up. Take with myself. No, look a joke about that. Mad. Hey,
the only person give me a care package is Andre Stefano Stephen from where I told him I got a man to go beer. And he called me and said, meet him at sentence beer down on the highway. I meet him. And he give me 3 good packages down to Christmas. I hit me out of so we could have something dinner.
So which part of Central you live?
In a bamboo area.
So who are for your MP? Xavier Main?
No, sir.
Who?
Crystal. I know for me MP.
Crystal, you're the MP.
Crystal. Wow. How they win back election? That I want next seat too. You see that seat there? Hey, Father God, I pray say reveal everything. Because I suspect that seat there's something wrong, you know. Gabriela Morris seat, you know. How did Gabriela Morris lose that seat? Did the people sell out? Did they get, you know? Did they take bribes? How Gabriela Morris lose that seat there? Yo, that seat there was a shocker to me. An absolute shocker. Remember, say me tell you that I think maybe I've said it on the night of the elections and the counting. I might have said it on that night, or I might have not. But that seat was a absolute shocker to me. Among other seats. Among other seats, ladies and gentlemen. Wow.
Yes. None of them are my head. And Colin, right now, me I go through it.
So,
and me I ride my stock.
So you register. You register them, come do your assessment of your house and everything.
Me, Colin, me don't see nobody.
Ashley, I agree.
So you see, it's Andre.
So hold on.
I agree, Ashley. 100%.
Long time.
And we are up on the roof now.
Well, me choosing them up there.
So I say cut off. Mighty God.
It seems as if this song needs to be played, to be reverberating.
What gone by the morning can't come good at.
I think in 1972.
Yes, man.
Is disgraceful. And I'm saying that today, I spend extensive time on to come. What I would urge Cliff to do, so the staff there to go out as saying that I'm going to just pull up.
I'm going to listen to that for my own time. Hold on there. Let me go for yourself, Jamaica. Make me go over. Oh, no, let me see if it even send me to. Because more time General has sent me something. See if it General send me. Hold on. But I'm sure, so let me see one message coming in from him. So what go on? I must be on this phone here. Give me a second on YouTube. Hold on there. You hear me? At the video. Oh, you know why the audio cut off, guys, on Bolo VNR 2.0? Because I got the call from Saturday. That's why the audio cut off. I just realized that was the reason. So anytime somebody call me and I have this phone, I have to check the audio. All right. Let me go here. Let me go to this. Mighty God.
Clean up the place and get.
Easy. Easy, Miss Alonso. Easy. Song body. But never turn that down. That would depend right now. More hear what this man have to say or something.
You have more than thing either. You can't get up and across the people, them and they have shit bag like them. Yeah? When you give them things like them are blackguards. And you give them things like them a radio station and make them spread propaganda room and misinformation. Hear this. This Allah's ear with the drunk crowd.
Yeah.
In telling the House of Representatives in the sectoral debate 2014-15, a Hollywood studio has already agreed to provide oversight of the project. He also mentioned Real Vibes Group and spoke about the music and film production school at the...
Music and film production school? To Christ here. You know what that could do for Jamaica?
Mighty God.
Enough artists come to Jamaica, come by, partner the bills and do all kind of thing. Movie, film at Jamaica too, you know. Jamaica, you know, part of James Bond film, enough more movie.
Yeah.
But if you have a studio, you get that rent. And them like these kind of things. You were up there, the amount of work for you. Can them get different work. And like somebody will come there to take your work. Maybe you have some bread and breakfast you rent it out to your the amount of money that you bring in for Uno. It are not for money that you are foreign to. Yeah? Make a coat to a little skill and thing and them are renting billions of dollars in Jamaica. But no. You're a drunk or you tell us them did have everything online. Hear this. And him condemn that, you know. Hear this.
Company had in the US, and it was going to build a campus at the lot. So this got the people of Morant Bay very excited, the people of Jamaica excited.
Very excited.
Here's this big property that would attract significant investment to provide a benefit to the people of St. Thomas and its environs. The technology park failed. The film lot was even worse than the technology park because at least there were guards at the...
It said fail when they come. Hey people, there was no failure. If you have an election, if it's a 2015 election at February 2016. So when you put that through, and you put the thing them through, which pays you as a bill in a couple months? No, the people are drunk or ya. I don't come out until it's 2019 and then come talk about them about this. 2019 and 2025, how much? That's more than a term. But
and then 2019, he also talked about STEM schools. We still haven't seen the STEM schools. So if the PNP had plans in 2015 to 16 when there was an election and they didn't form government, the plans were scrapped by the other party. How can you say it's a failure? Jas Davis, you are truly the epitome of a, like, you know that little knock on your shoe? And your shoe is clean up. That's Jas Davis. The little knock on your bottom of your shoe. Mighty God.
No, so 2015 and it's here. This is what I tell you, Miss Missing from me, hey, I work, hey, if I fuck off, you know. If it's a piece of shit, it's state because of fucking politics. You shut mama people and invite all the investors 6 months or 5. But Andrew, now, when it got over in 2019, that last year, May, that are 6 fucking years, 5 years, and then the election called 2025 again. Just because after because they use this to try to trick the people there. 6 fucking years after, and it's still not done. But when a mama pay 5 months and it failed with a big dirty thinking self, that's a one be stop. I'm gonna pay them enough to just show you them one-sided, dilapidated fuckery who have destroyed the country because they get money. These drunk rock, I get money. Yeah? Hey, wanna be take him out for the fucking year.
Mighty God.
Make him continue play.
Inside when the technology park was mooted to protect certain assets in terms of building material.
Yeah,
nothing happened where the film lot is concerned. That failed spectacularly.
Some people, something in the drunk that said 2019.
2019. Wholeness, Andrew, of course, broke ground on June 26, 2019 to announce the construction in the sectoral debate 2014-15. A Hollywood studio has already agreed to provide oversight on the project.
Yeah. So the Hollywood studio 2014-2015. It become
big up yourself, Ashley.
And then you have to put requirements and put through. But it should have come through by February 2016. But this guy broke ground 2019 and 2025 this done. And it's not even fucking done yet. So but it's a failure.
So what I'm hearing from George Davis is trying to compare apples with oranges. Listen to me. Like the man literally is like that little knock. That's up there where you're stepping on their shoes and they spoil their shoes bottom. That is George Davis. You can't compare that, bro. That is not comparable. What are you doing? No sensible person does that. Mama P did not win the election. They had plans for the park. The park don't happen because they're doing a part. Just like how PMP had plans and promises in regards to us getting more houses, owning more land, going to school, the first in the family. How can they do that if they're not in government? Are you slow? How are you not talking about the fact that there's so many promises? What about cheaper electricity that Andrew promised? What about the STEM schools that he promised? We can point to so many intrinsic failures of this government. So many failed commitments. I don't make promises, I make commitments. We can point to so many of them, right? How can you compare that? And the project is not even finished. So what you're gonna do? He's an apologist for Andrew. He finds the line, right, to apologize. He has no integrity. George Davis has no journalistic integrity. Zero journalistic integrity in my book. I don't know about you guys. If he says something, I take it with a grain of salt and to compare it and contrast to something else to make a point of it. But I can't take him seriously. I honestly cannot. The man has zero credibility, ladies and gentlemen. Much like most of the people in Nationwide. Or Revolt or whatever they want to be. Mighty God. No, man.
Hey, we ain't have no time. And the election last.
Tap up the screen, guys.
And then come in. Me tell you, say, I'll be a girl with them boy,
Wholeness, Andrew, of course, broke ground on June 26, 2019 to announce the construction of a $2 billion urban center with a whole heap of shops and businesses, government offices, fast food places. He said it would transform St. Thomas. $2 billion at the time we broke ground. Breaking ground with him, I'm looking at the photo here. Middleton Tanny Shirley of the Factories Corporation of Jamaica, Dr. Fenton Rudyard Ignatius Ferguson, the then Member of Parliament for Eastern St. Thomas, James Robertson, the Member of Parliament for West St. Thomas, Tian Chi, the Chinese ambassador to Jamaica, Michael Hugh, the Mayor of Morant Bay. All of them in the shop with shovels and hard hats doing the ceremonial groundbreaking on that project in 2019. And we all thought, well, if the technology part never landed and the film lot flopped, this urban center that HOLNESS is coming with. Not going anywhere.
HOLNESS, yeah,
that was 2019.
HOLNESS is
June
out.
2019.
Okay.
On this day in sports, May 19, 2025.
The fucking 5. Yeah, that's
Simba.
6 years. Just a month, couple weeks shy, 6 years. But Mama pay Fiscal, Hallelujah, and then carries it. And I'm really working about it.
I had to cut the ribbon.
Continue.
All the keys have been announced, have been handed over.
Yeah.
There's a massive structure in Morant Bay.
Yeah, massive.
And the Prime Minister cut the ribbon on a $6 billion.
And by the way, you know they are Morant Bay, they are Springfield. Continue.
Urban Center for Morant Bay.
You hear this? It was 2 billion and then cut a ribbon again for 6 billion. Remember, he might the Andrew praise now. He not talk about who built it now. Andrew only the transfer give praise. Not play right now today. You can hear who I blame. Feet not done.
Hey, nobody around with Mr. Loons here. Man with the receipts.
He must say you can't blame Andrew. But yesterday you drunk when you come here so and you say yes months and still the Andrew. When you give people, that time was no failure. I put up 2 look brass thing where you call that fear. And not even today. Listen.
Thursday last week.
Listen.
I say this to say, this is what is in front of us. This is what we've seen. We heard and saw the technology park plan fail.
That never failed.
We didn't want it to fail. I'd have been happy if it had materialized.
So him really compare the park to the urban center? He really did that? Man, this dude is special, bro.
Is that disinformation?
Yeah, that's disinformation.
Technology park in a 6 fucking months.
Oh, you have to do that?
8 months.
That is quite impractical. This is why I say you cannot take Draws Davis seriously. That is so impractical, bro.
Next time, by February 26, 2016. When you talk about the 2015 and you lose something 2016, you don't want to build through and do everything, but
crazy.
Of St. Thomas, we heard and saw the grand film lot plans fail as part of a special economic zone. Failed spectacularly. We saw and heard that happen.
Yeah,
we've seen and heard this urban center plan come to fruition in front of our eyes.
In front of our eyes.
I remember carrying my daughter to St. Thomas one Sunday. She asked to drive out. And after we reached a certain point, she said she was hungry. So I said, all right, you want to turn back?
I'm going to stop. Never drive out from my house. We must somewhere and make you eat. Now drive you, go away your house. Never drive out from my house. With my daughter pass everything. Number one, you know, leave my house unless you eat. And if you have to eat from the world, you're going to stop somewhere and make you eat. You know, drive you, go away and go and then you ask you in a bush. And if me know St. Thomas, me know say nothing to the money make my daughter.
Exactly.
But this is how them fucking life. Big Mama Andrew and them people say exactly.
Them skilly?
Stop light. Kentucky, but it's other America King. Just this how the fuck of them speak. Them fool you fuck. I should have mean the same thing what Andrew said.
Buy something at Burger King. I said, there is no Burger King in St. Thomas. Just okay, we can do Island Grill. There's no Island Grill in St. Thomas. Okay, then Daddy, we can do KFC.
Lie myself.
KFC in St. Thomas.
Yo, you know what say? I lie myself for you. This man just made up a story to put down or try to put down Mama P and put up Jonas about a urban center because so much was lacking. Oh, it's so great that a KFC is in freaking St. Thomas. Whoop-de-woo. Not a STEM school, you know. A KF, bro. Jamaica standards is so to the damn ground that you guys allow these people to shit on you in this manner, where what you are excited about is a KFC being in St. Thomas. That is groundbreaking. That is an achievement by the government of Jamaica. And none of them build the center neither. Let me tell you something, man. Hey, yo, it's bad in Jamaica. It's really bad in. I'm tired of them people here, man. They just embarrass me, bro. What an embarrassment. Mighty God.
Daddy.
You pass that food. The KFC food with fish and most into other things. Turn back.
And I'm saying, just mentioning those things.
Want junk food. And I tell you, I keep pushing my son and my daughter them and them not eat.
What happened to promoting Jamaica's cuisine? What about finding something in St. Thomas? I don't know, like a nice steamed fish. Why not uptick the natural food entities? Market them. Have them on Jamaica's website. Market them to tourists. Right? Like, what? Where you get the best yam in Jamaica? These things should be on websites, properly promoted, and those types of establishments should be. Thank you so much, Ivan. As I just saw the Kimberly, big up. I just saw the donut that they sent me, Ivan. Guys, we need some donuts. Yeah, man, we need some donuts. The donuts I do it for TikTok right now. That are the aim. We have some donut for fill, some donut orders for fill. Anyway. But to celebrate a KFC, bro, or any fast food coming into a particular town, let us be frank and let us be real. These fast food places are not healthy for us. These fast food places, overconsumption of them, the easy accessibility, it does not bode well on a positive on our health. And it's also expensive to buy these fast food. The prices go up almost every month in the fast food place. Notice, as inflation, I want you guys to check the prices if you're an avid goer to the KFCs and the Burger Kings and all of them, Popeyes and everybody. What's happening with the prices? It's going up, right? Consistently, right? So you are buying food, or you are putting these types of food on a pedestal, right? Putting this food on a pedestal that literally degrades your health, deteriorates your health, to the point where if you live long enough, it's gonna cost you more out of your pocket to try and treat it or come back to some level of health that you can stand on your own 2 feet. Make it make sense, Jamaica. This is what they're hailing. KFC. As a father, how irresponsible of you. As a man that claims to be somebody in the church, or a man of God, right, or a Christian, whatever you call yourself, I believe them say he's a churchgoer. You're not wise enough to make sure that you train your kids in the way to know that, listen, let us get some bananas, some papaya, something. Let your kids snack on that. Because you have money, right? You can actually make a youth live healthy. Why have money and still buy junk food? That's how me not understand. We can't get that. Why not have money and eat rich? And I'm not talking about being gluttonous. I'm talking about actually eating good, wholesome, nutritious meals. But you're hailing up KFC. Mighty God.
Breakfast, and if you understand,
Rough.
the nearest place.
Rough.
If I eat from the road, I say that I'm going to buy it and thing. Can me know say that the number one, I stop and buy something and eat, me not drive, and then say that I eat in this. Because when you drive to St. Thomas, the truth is, when you have food at St. Thomas, you eat it and stop and buy jerk and soup.
Whole heap of things to buy at
So
St.
when you
Thomas.
talking bullshit.
Foolishness.
Jerk food. That way, you belly food. First food, and I start fuck you about, and you actually back alive again. You pass in a White House, you get Neesberry, you get them fruit and thing, you get Irish mash, you get all kind of things.
Brother, like seriously, bro. A whole heap of, so because St. Thomas never have no KFC, oh listen, listen, it is a great disadvantage. Really. It's literally the other way around. They are at an advantage. They will live a little longer because them not name KFC. Period. The whole heap of oily something them done good for your health. And that's a fact. And I'm just using KFC because I him said I'm not. This is not a campaign against KFC. Right? KFC is the leading brand in Jamaica where Jamaica support. I eat them crazy over. I have a little friend, I don't know if she's watching. KFC fanatic. You see, you not stop eat KFC? You still trust them? Or because they're in Jamaica, you never see the ads? I see them, someone ask her. True. Why when I used to go out of town, man? Or go anywhere from where I live and go anywhere else. Right? Especially in Kingston. It's like KFC at the hungry place more than trust. Not anymore. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Not anymore. Right now, if I go to town, I'm probably dead for hungry. Even if I find one place to have some fruit or something like that, you know, in a sense, bro. I'm literally afraid. I'm not telling no lie. I mean, I'm man who love food. Well, if me go town, probably have to link up with Andre and buy some food from PD Kitchen. But PD Kitchen are open 24/7, bro. PD Kitchen open sometime. But I tell you, mark my words, I am going to be getting all the signature dishes from Partner Jar TV at some point. Yes, man. I will be getting the signature dishes from, me talk about signature, where this just, oh my God. Yeah, man. Some name, I think that when I see name them, that's our next conversation. Trust me, I will be getting all of those dishes, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to be doing a live review. Let me tell you, we're going to do a taste-off. I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start doing some taste-offs, man. You know what I'm saying? Taste the food, you know what I'm saying?
You know, so you have to buy the food. People, but
if you go on.
So right, but fuck him that you plan.
We asked him if he was late for chopping. Must used to be the butt of jokes. When I was at Sportsmatch, there was a chap in my office, good producer, Ramon Stewart. We used to give him help. We asked him if he was late for work because he got held up at the stoplight.
So that don't make no sense. Because you could not talk about sentiments because after you know the sentiments and you read drag food, you really have stoplight. And if I up the secondary work, you have crossroad after 3 downtown and be a fucking stoplight. So you could not talk sentiments. So if you want to talk like you want to come from sentiments, and if you ever stop, of course you want to stoplight, you have to come at all. You go by the Armdor's place. Eh? Look about stoplight, you go by the Armdor's place. But you have to be held up by a stoplight like a sentiments. You don't get a faster one a sentiments, but be a stoplight, Mountain Dew stop. Be a fucking stoplight. You hear this? And I learned a couple years ago. Well, stoplight and the people. You know, stoplight your partner, you know. Like every past. If it's a most, you go up here, you know.
In the same way,
yeah, go on.
I'm saying that the parish has undergone development.
Yeah,
I'm saying that when a government promises something and delivers it, you have to hail it. In the same way, I would have sat in this chair and berated the administration had the urban center flopped. So my message this morning is simple. When you see development happen, you have to praise it. When you see development not happen, you have to criticize it. Where the urban center is concerned, you have to praise HOLNESS and his team.
When you say this piece of shit, hear this now. Hear this.
The urban center, over 200 days after the grand opening, only one shop is operating at the Morant Urban Center. That's KFC. They did so for a spell without.
Remember, you know, him say them don't never happen. You have to praise HOLNESS. I don't have money spend, right? Here when I say no, yes or no. You know who am I want? Remember, you know, him I give HOLNESS the praise. For people their money. Yeah? Here when I say right, that's or no. Here who him want now, for not that, yes.
Electricity, except, well, they got their own by generators, and they're still without water. They're having to get by on a trucked water, the tab being picked up by.
How do people buy food at a restaurant that has no water? No running water. You guys buying food at that particular branch of the KFC and they don't have running water? I mean running water, not water from tanks and water from trucks and them. So running water. I don't trust the water in the truck. for me go buy food at your establishment. And look what them do, Alice. But because of KFC, that one KFC can open and they don't have any running water. And you, the people of Jamaica, buy the food from them in St. Thomas? I pray for you here. Yeah, man, I must be can do. Right? Where's what I do? Yeah, I pray for you, man.
By the FCJ. And what I can say, based on all I've done and read and heard about the situation so far, is ask the question of 3 people, Tony, even before we start. 1, the chairman of the FCJ has some serious questions to answer about.
So, how do you give Andrew Honest credit, Charles Davis? How you give Andrew Honest credit for the development of the urban center? But when it boils down to it and the urban center flop, you want to reverse or redirect blame now to the FS or the FCJ. Make up your mind. Andrew Honest cannot get credit if he never can get blame. If you're going to give Andrew Honest and his administration credit, when the whole thing flop, you have to give them the blame. This is why I say this man is not consistent. I want to big up Mr. Wayne Nonsong, because I personally nah really look for them clip, you know. Because outside of Andrew Honest, nationwide have the knack for annoy me. You feel me? I deal with me can't listen to them for oh so long. The level of hypocrisy. For them, hypocrisy as great as Andrew Honest hypocrisy. Remember, I did a show today about Andrew Honest's hypocrisy. Yeah, man, their hypocrisy is as great as Andrew Honest's hypocrisy. Wow. So now it's Mr. Linton. What name?
Chairman of the FCJ has some serious questions to answer about.
Michael, this Patrick, it's shit. That I'm not finding my so he take to them
and for this thing to minister, yeah? Because
money, hear this now, listen.
What the reason for the state of play is, yeah? Because ultimately the FCJ has charge of this. I'm not even going to minister or prime minister yet, because again, it's part of the ridiculousness that attends to situations like these. We have people in charge of processes, in charge of systems, and we let them go scot.
Whoa. Damn, he went up. Go do that. I caught that, ladies and gentlemen. Damn, Mr. Lonesome. So he's saying he's not even going to put blame on Andrew. Bro, how did he get the credit in the first place? How did you give him credit for the town center? I know you want to blame the FCJ. Why did Andrew Honest go? This is a similar thing that happened with Daryl Vaz, you know. And I'm going to explain that. But why did Andrew Honest go to open and have ribbon cutting? And yes, I was really swift, wasn't I? Damn. Why would Andrew Honest go and cut the ribbon and not do a proper investigation to find out whether or not the actual property is ready? Wouldn't it be easy for him to verify that? That's like you have a brand, right? Say you are Michael Jordan and you come and you do a press conference for the property, and 10 months down the line, it is said that the property is not ready. Your whole credibility as Michael Jordan, right, is destroyed in that regard, because your sole person's a bag of goods. It's literally fraud. It's literally fraud. It is fraud, Jamaica. It is fraud. That is a trick. It's a trickery. It's trickery. You trick the people. Tasha, how you doing? You trick the people into thinking that this development was done and it's great progress and here's a KFC and all of this press and all of this. You get me? This grand thing about it. Only to find out now that it's really eggs on your faces. But now you want to remove Andrew Holness's face when you're putting him at the front of it? No. If you know why that would happen to Michael Jordan? His agents would not allow it. They wouldn't allow it. They would not allow it. That is bad PR. You cannot open somewhere that's not ready to be opened, ladies and gentlemen. They would have to do their investigations to make sure things are ready. Truly ready. You like water running in the pipe ready? Like, yeah man, we can turn on the light ready? Basic. Basic. Definitely I am redeemed. Jamaica, a revival is coming. You cannot continue like this. You cannot continue like this. We have to change. Me have to change. We have to change. We can't continue like this. No, we cannot. It's not self-sustainable. We are going down a dark hole of destruction at this point under this government. If we stand by and watch them steer this ship to hell, when we reach down there with them, we can't blame nobody else but ourselves. And with that, I bid you guys a good night. Yes, no revival without repentance. Well, we are going to be submitted into repentance. If we don't bow, God is going to make us bow. That is the prophetic word. In Jamaica, not just one person, Jamaica has to bow. Not just 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 500,000. All of Jamaica has to bow. Remember, they say every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. That is the situation where Jamaica is in right now. If we don't, some of us are not going to make it. Because the Prime Minister refuses to listen to Peter Chambers, Mark Stewart, Apostle Jeffrey Shuttleworth and others. 3 days fasting, prayer and repentance. And we haven't even mourned the death of the people of Hurricane Melissa. It is quite sad in Jamaica. It is quite sad. You have a blessed morning. It's still nighttime here. Oh, I am redeemed. How are you there? You're in California. California, one of the states that I know, like it's still early, like, you know what I'm saying? They're probably like 3 hours behind or something like that. So it's, you know, you're in California? Don't answer that. Or LA? Anyway, big up Mr. Lonesome. But Josh Davis, mighty God. Oh, you're 2 hours behind? Canada? Alberta, Canada? Ah, okay. All right. Before you guys go on Bolo VNR 2.0, I want to bless up the super chat if you're led to do so. And for my people over by Bolo VNR clips, smash that like button before you leave. Boop, right here, bloop, somewhere up here. Bloop. Smash the like button. Or double tap the screen like TikTok. We made it to 21,000 likes. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the few gifts that I got from the people that sent them. I appreciate you. If you're not following, follow. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. All right? Yeah, man, I am redeemed. You know a thing. You have to check the young people, you know, to learn how to do them something. You understand? God is good. Sooner or later, I'm out. Peace.